I made over $100,000 profit my first year selling name brand products on Amazon, but many new sellers struggle to be profitable. Not only have I made tons of profit myself, but I've also helped tons of students do the same. We'll pop a whole bunch of results up here on screen. In this video, I'm going to share with you 6 Amazon FBA profit boosting tips to help you make a lot more money quick and easy that a lot of people gatekeep online, but I got you guys for free. Let's get right into it. The first way to make a ton of extra profit pretty easily is selling items that are more profitable FBM compared to FBA, but actually calculating it correctly. So if we take a look at this item right here over on SellerAmp, right? All we need is SellerAmp and Keepa to do this, guys. This item, FBA, makes $6.50 profit and a 65% ROI. And most people think to calculate the FBM numbers, you just subtract FBM shipping from the profit number right here. That's not true whatsoever. You have to actually use the FBM calculator on SellerAmp, and I've made so much extra profit doing this, guys. To do that, I'm just going to scroll down here, and now I can see the FBA calculator right here, and then I just need to toggle over to FBM, and then I have to actually plug in the FBM cost right here. The way I'm going to find that is by going to howtofbm.com. It's a free guide I have for you guys right here. We can see estimated FBM shipping costs. Take a screenshot of this. Eventually, you'll memorize it right here. And this is an 11-ounce product. So we scroll up right here. We can see, boom, 11 ounces right there. So it's going to ship for like $5.50 or so right here. And now we can see the exact cost after FBM shipping here. Because remember, guys, when you do FBM, you don't pay FBA fees, but you do pay individual shipping. And when you do FBA, you don't pay individual shipping, but you do pay those FBA fees right here. So we can see FBA, it's a 65% ROI, and FBM, it's a 77% ROI, and so many people miss items like that, and they miss out on a lot of extra money because some items will not hit your criteria at FBA, but they will hit at FBM, so you have to actually take a look at this right here. And then the way we can validate if we can FBM a product is taking a look and seeing if other folks are getting the buy box FBM. The way we do that is we just go here and hit data and then buy box statistics right here. And then we want to take a look at if there's sellers that do not have the FBA check mark right here that are getting buy box. We can see 38% of the buy box share is going to this seller right here who's not FBA. This seller is getting 17%. They are FBA. Then this person 14. They are FBM right there. They don't have that FBA check mark. It's a good rule of thumb. If you see 20% plus of the buy box share going FBM, then you can FBM that item. And another thing people miss is high ranked items that still totally sell. This is an 800K rank, but it's still in the top 1%. And this listing actually does sell. And I can see that because there's good offer count movement. So not every sales ranker is created equal. Grocery is a really small category. So like a 100K rank in grocery can be relatively slow. Meanwhile, a 500, 800, or even a million rank in shoes and clothing can still totally be good as well. And that's just due to the fact that I can see that there's good offer count movement, aka the seller count on this bottom Keepa chart. There's good up and down action. So I know people are making money on this. So this is basically a hidden lead right here. And make sure you get these estimated FBM shipping costs cataloged right there. And eventually you'll go ahead and memorize them. The next profit boosting tip is taking advantage of what's called the prime bump. So we just looked at items that are selling FBA and FBM at like the same cost, but they're more profitable FBM. Now we're going to take a look at items where you see a lot of people selling them FBM, but there's also people selling them more expensive FBA. So we can see the buy box on this is $21, and the estimated delivery date on this is May 12th to the 13th here. So I know I'm filming this on May 7th here. If I were to sell this Amazon FBA, it would be a much better customer experience for the person to actually buy, and they'd get the product sooner. So therefore, I would be able to get the buy box at a much higher price because it'd be a better customer experience buying from me, because once that item checks in, it's going to have a better delivery date. Amazon understands that customers would rather pay more money to get a product sooner, and that's why they incentivize FBA in the buy box more. So if we take a look down here on Keepa, we can see not only are there people getting buy box at $19.99, but there's also people getting buy box up here at $25. And if you don't take a look at where the buy box is actually going, FBA, when you're sending inventory FBA just using Boxum for listing and shipping, nice and easy, you're going to miss out on a ton of hidden leads right here. So this is called the prime bump, where you can price above the FBM sellers as an FBA seller. And we can see a perfect example right here where there's FBM sellers in like the 19 to 23 range, but then the lowest FBA is 24. When you're thinking of pricing something FBA, do not worry about the FBM people. Price above them, and that's because it's a better customer experience to buy from an FBA seller rather than an FBM seller, and Amazon understands that, and they rotate the buy box accordingly. They want to give it to you as an FBA seller, and they want to give it to you as an FBA seller at higher prices. Keep that in mind when you're creating shipments using Boxum. Price your inventory where the FBA people are, and way higher than the FBM people. Typically start at about 5 to 10% higher. Another hack I don't see enough people take advantage of, but I kind of get it because it's a little bit confusing, but once you get it, you totally get it, is variation listings right here. So we can see this item actually doesn't have a buy box. Don't automatically avoid stuff without a buy box. People totally buy them all the time. I can see that by taking a look at the offer count movement on this product. But items with variations, you can literally find multiple leads in one because you can buy multiple sizes of a product. They typically come from the same place. It's typically the same buy cost right here. And really all that comes down to is being able to adequately navigate variations by hitting the variations tab here on SellerAmp right here. So I can go to the variations tab right here. And then what you want to do is take a sec and actually organize your variations tab correctly by going ahead and editing your variations tab to match mine right here. So you want to make sure you have buy box, reviews, new, current, and then make sure you do new offer count right here. So you have the new offer count so you can see the offer count movement right there. And now what I'll typically do to navigate variations is go here top to bottom, filter the variations, and then figure out which ones have good offer count movement, which in most cases is going to be multiple of the same color right here. So for example, like that's really good offer count movement. This is decent. That's not bad. And basically, I just want to see that other sellers are making money on the stuff, selling out, restocking. It's a healthy market right there. And I can adequately navigate this. But so many people don't take the time to organize their variations tab correctly right here. Literally, when someone joins my coaching program, which is down below in the description, if you're ever interested in working with me one-on-one for this stuff, I have them organize their variation tab correctly because it's such a hack. And I see so many people missing out on it. And it's literally just free money when you find multiple products that are profitable in different sizes. And it's literally multiple leads in one lead. Make sure you do your variations tab correctly and you can find a ton of extra profit. Another one is going to be smart repricing and testing items at higher prices as you're selling them really well. So if we take a look down here on this Keepa chart, we can see this item is inching up in price. It's literally gone from 22 up to like 25, up to all the way up to like, 27, 28, 26 right here, right? And we can see this has gone up in price a ton right here. And if you look in the buy box names, it's literally the same sellers that are just raising prices right here. And that's just smart people either using repricing software or manually repricing it and raising it up. Once you have like 10 plus ASINs, I'd recommend using a repricing software. And basically the way you can work with it adequately is just raising your minimum price as something selling well. Obviously, only do this when something is selling well, but testing higher price on proven listings is a great way to make extra profit for very, very little work and how the same item can yield you higher and higher ROI over time as the competition goes down. Obviously, only do this once an item's already making money, but what I like to do is if something's selling really well, even faster than I expected, I'll test it 50 cents, $1 higher and get extra profit out of the same item. Bundle listings and multiple listings for the same product. This has made me a ridiculous amount, tens and tens of thousands of dollars in extra profit. And that's going to be when you have multiple of a product and you can actually list on multiple listings or multiple bundle sizes at the same time. So for whatever reason, some items will just have multiple listings on Amazon. You'll see that a lot when you're storefront stocking, but with FBM, you can literally list on them at the same time. And with FBM, you can list on multiple bundle sizes at the same time too. So say you got like, 20 units of something, you list some on the 4-pack, some on the 3-pack, some on the 2-pack. Obviously, you have to make sure they actually sell well. Obviously, don't list more than you have right there. But this is an incredible hack. And we can see like, these Yankee Candle scent plug refills here. We can see 4-pack, 3-pack, 2-pack right here, 6-pack right here. Obviously, not all the bundles will sell well, but you'll take a look at the Keepa charts for those individual ones right there. Right, and we'd see, boom, another 4-pack. We got a 1-pack right here, and they have reviews. Like we can see 140 reviews right there. Another one with 10 reviews. Like people make money on this now. We can see right here, the 2-pack's got 50 plus sold, 650 reviews right here. Like people are making lots of money on this stuff, and you have to make sure you're actually putting it into play. And the best way you do that is just by searching the main keywords for a product right here. So we can see like these clean cotton ones. We can see like a 3-pack, another 3-pack right here. Some of these obviously won't sell super well. Then we have a 1-pack where sometimes they'll update packaging. You obviously have to look at the UPC, make sure it's the same thing right there. We can see a 6-pack, then a variety pack as well. So don't sleep on bundle listings. Make sure you're taking advantage of that. So those were more like defensive methods around like how to reprice correctly and how to just calculate profit. But now we're going to talk about some hacks to actually make items more profitable on the sourcing side of things. So at Miami Sellers Conference, I actually had multiple people come up to me and talk about like how it's been really helpful. How I've talked about you don't really find items good, you make items good. So I want to break that down for you guys right now. And what you need to understand is this is by far the number one mistake beginners make is the expect items to be profitable at the advertised price. That's almost pretty much never the case, right? Rather that each website has 1 or 2 tips and tricks that create the profit margins on products, and you have to make sure you're implementing that because without it, very, very little is going to be profitable. But with it, a ton of stuff becomes profitable right here. So if we take a look here, you want to be implementing like the coupons from the free extensions like Capital One Shopping, Be Frugal, Retail Me Not, Top Cashback, and Coupon Birds, right? As well as using evergreen email account and text sign-up codes. If you go on Dick's Sporting Goods, scroll to the bottom of the website, you'll see an example of that, right? Discounted gift cards on Top Cashback and Cardbear are really, really helpful too for getting another like 4 to 15% off, as well as digging around for coupons on Google, literally just asking customer service or being active in the Amazon community, talking to other sellers, always make sure you check out the rewards program so you can get different rewards like Kohl's Cash, a great example. Getting on a listing, quick merch fill just for speed. Time is money. If an item's merch filled friendly, getting on a quick merch fill is a great idea, right? Using a reseller certificate for websites that accept it like Walmart and Home Depot. Holiday sales, we got Mother's Day this weekend, Memorial Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, and July Prime Day coming up next 2 months. Phenomenal opportunities right there. Stacking these opportunities together when there's a sale going on too. So really understand that most websites going to be like 1 or 2 tips or tricks are going to be in there right there. Keeping well-organized seller amp Google Sheets is really helpful too, and smart repricing above the buy box as well. Times where it's available, especially using the Prime Bump, which I mentioned earlier, and using a sales tax-free prep center to save on sales tax is really helpful as well. And that's the name of the game, guys. You just think of everything that would be confusing for you as a newer seller, and the more of those you can put into your sourcing, you're going to find a lot more winning products, and you're going to have less competition. So I hope this video was helpful, guys. Make sure you guys implement this stuff. I know it's advanced. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know down below in the comments. And if you want personalized one-on-one coaching directly from me to implement this stuff, go down below in the description and apply for my coaching program. Put in your information. We can see if it makes sense right there. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.